The nerve of Kandi Burrus-Tucker to get on a video and say that Kenya Moore did not deserve to be fired for what she did, when this was the same person who, when Phaedra was let go, had no problem making fun of that in the next season's intro. Girl, you got to be joking. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. What's going on, you all? Let me say something. I'm very, very like disappointed in Kandi, and you know what? I'm just disappointed in Kandi. Because Kandi was this person who had every right, and still to this day, to like talk about what Phaedra did and how it was wrong. That stuff that Phaedra did, setting that rumor, saying that was messed up. Like, it was not cool. And production dealt with it accordingly. They let her go. They did not bring Phaedra back for the next season. And Kandi talked about it the next season. She said, "Do not mess with the boss unless you want to be fired." Like, that was her tagline for that next season. And a lot of us was like feeling some type of way about Phaedra being let go. I was feeling some type of way, but I was like, you know what? It's a right decision because it was wrong. Like, it was wrong for her to do that rumor. Whoever is responsible for it, Carlos King, whatever, they were wrong for it. But to see Kandi now advocate and say that Kenya Moore did not deserve to get fired or let go because of this incident makes absolutely no sense.
My friend Kenya is leaving one of her platforms, which is the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You guys already know I was gone top of the year, and I had made that decision for myself. But unfortunately, my girl Kenya, you know, she was a part of this season, and then there was an incident that happened. I wasn't there. I can't give you a detail of what happened, but it makes me sad. You know, I'm not lying about how I feel because she is my friend. I do love her. I do not know the other young lady, so, you know, it's not a diss to her. It's just simply, I just feel like Kenya, I know she goes far sometimes, right? And I get it. But I have never known her to make up anything about anybody. And if things are out there about you, when you join on a reality show, unfortunately, people are able to pull up things that you've done and share them. And not to say that it's always a nice thing to do or that it's a cool thing to do, but it happens. And I just kind of hate how, because of the situation, you know, she had, you know, they decided to part ways or whatever.
It makes absolutely no sense for someone who was saying that stuff was dangerous. You don't do stuff like that, What Kenya Moore is being accused of, like showing a picture, is no ma'am. Like, no ma'am. Like, there was no reason for Kenya Moore to do that. And Kenya Moore got herself fired. Kenya Moore was not fired or let go. She got herself fired. And she got herself fired because her ego got in the way. She thought she was untouchable. She thought she was untouchable. Like, she would make jokes like you was clowning Marlo and saying she was peachless and all that other stuff. Like, they let you go. And I don't feel bad for Kenya Moore at all. Kenya Moore deserved every piece of that. Like, y'all can cry me a river on Twitter and whatever about Kenya Moore being fired. Nobody cares. Like, y'all on here talking about something, Kenya gone, I won't be watching. Girl, y'all say that every season. Shut up. Y'all been saying that since Nene Leakes. Like, girl, shut up. The show is on its way being canceled or sunsetted eventually. Like, the show it's been gone for a while. Nobody's watching it. Like, Kandi last season was the head peach, and then at the end of the couch on the reunion, nobody is interested in Kandi being on there. Like, no shade. Let me go ahead and say this. Kandi talking about since she let go of the show, she left the show. Girl, them girls gave you a walkout letter. They told you, hey, sister, we're not going to have you in that many episodes this season. We cutting your check. Do what you want to do with this information. And she decided she wasn't going to come back. Y'all in these narratives, I decided, no, girl, they gave you the boot. They did not want to pay you any more money than you was worth on this show because you was not bringing a storyline in. It was just not given. Now, I have enjoyed Kandi on the seasons and stuff, especially with her family, Carmen and her mama. Like, funny, hilarious season. They have had some good moments, the ski trips, the other things they have done, her wedding, hits. But Kandi on this show, it's a chop. Like, it's a chop. It's not giving. Kandi has not been able to, like, girl, you're doing everything. Like, you running, 27-Elevens, you running Family Dollars and stuff. Like, girl, you running Publix. Like, you the general manager of Publix. Like, you running the Walmart. You got too much stuff going on. You working on red carpets. Like, you doing plays and stuff. The only reason why I think that you stayed on this show because you realized that you can use this show to promote your other things that you were working on. That was the reason why that, you were on the show. Like, the money didn't necessarily matter to you, but you were using this as free advertisement for your other businesses. And girl, it just got boring. We don't care about you opening another pancake factory. We just don't care. Like, just no shade. The food is good. The service is great. The service was great. Like, girl, love that for you, but we're just not interested. What gets me about Kandi and what's like making me like look at her sideways is that Kandi was, this person who was talking about how what Phaedra did was wrong and that she did not want Phaedra to come back on the show because what she did. Now you're saying that Kenya Moore wasn't wrong, wasn't that bad, da-da-da-da. Like, girl, y'all do not hold the same politic. It's only a politic when y'all do not like somebody. That's why I can't take y'all serious. You only feel some type of way when it's somebody that you do not like. Like, it is easy to let somebody go when you don't like them. Trust me, it's hard when it's somebody that you do mess with and you do like, and you have to be honest and say, Kenya, no, that wasn't cool. Like, that wasn't cool. That was not cool for Kenya Moore to do that. Like, Bravo could potentially be sued. Like, they can be held accountable for that because it was filmed on their show. Like, one of their castmates, like, Bravo can get in trouble for that. Bravo is not sitting here finna play these type of games. Like, there was no need to do that. Like, it was just low. First of all, it's low anyway. Like, girl, it was low anyway. And then to, like, even if it was photoshopped or whatever, why would you post some pictures? Now you got folks who are mad that Kenya been let go, talk about other shows, basketball-wise, with, what was that girl name who was on every show? Child, I can't think of her name. She was showing pictures of somebody on the back page. Like, they showed that. They talked about other white folks. Like, girl, that was 10 years ago. These are other shows. That stuff still was wrong. And then somebody shared a clip of something that was did on Love, Marriage, Huntsville, or Alabama, or Antarctica, or whatever. Girl, don't nobody even watch them shows to even know about it. Like, period. Like, if that stuff was wrong, then the fans and the people who watched it should have shut it down. Like, I don't blame Bravo for saying, nah, we ain't dealing with that. Because honestly, if I saw that, I would have been like, no, this is revenge. Like, we don't do that. Like, this is revenge. Like, you don't do that. Like, this is not cool. Like, there's been several things that Kenya has done in the past that was not cool. Like, honestly, a lot of them have gotten away with doing some messed up stuff. Like, Kenya Moore making the comments about AIDS. Like, you go get an AIDS test when she said that to Phaedra about him going to jail. Like, that comment will not work here. Like, now, in 2024, it should not have been said that many years ago. Like, yes, y'all can get on here and be shady, but like, if y'all like had something more to offer than quote unquote shade, like, and like, what's going on? Shade and tea, y'all done shade and tea out. Like, that's all y'all got. Like, y'all can't sell us anything else other than shade and tea. And that's the ultimate problem. Y'all have nothing else to offer us than shade and tea. And we are burnt out. Y'all cannot sell yourselves as like having fun, doing stuff. It's got to be messiness and drama and all that other stuff. And I get it. We quote unquote like drama. I enjoy some drama every once in a while too, but it's like, girl, that's all y'all are not interesting enough to sell yourselves. And you know what? If you can't, then it's a chop. I have no problem with Bravo like shutting down Real Housewives of Atlanta. Honestly, all these shows can go. Some of y'all don't know how to talk about certain things without being like just a whole bunch of like ignorant, like wrapped up in a peach. Like, a lot of y'all have said stupid stuff. Like, Marlo has said the F word referring to queer folks. Like, girl, like, she should never came back. A lot of them have said some messed up stuff and they wasn't given the boot. Like, girl, Kenya had been, through some stuff too, but Kenya should have known better. Like, as well read and intelligent as Kenya Moore claims to be, like, I don't see how it didn't click. And you know what? I knew she was fired. I knew Kenya Moore when she got on there and she started talking about how she felt and, she's not going anywhere. I said, oh, yeah, they gave her the boot. Now, some sources had reached out and said that there has been no negotiation with Kenya Moore coming back for like a next season or whatever. There has not been any conversation about that, which did make sense when they said it. They had said that Kenya Moore probably will be coming back for the next season or whatever. It's up in the air. We'll see. But then Kenya Moore talking about she's, seeking legal options and all that other stuff. I'm just like, girl, you're suing the folks who said that you come back. It just doesn't make sense. They let Kenya Moore go. Like, Kenya Moore probably can sue and say, hey, I need the rest of my check for the rest of the season. She probably could, I think she might have a case, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in the clause like, no, girl, we have the right to do da-da-da-da-da. Like, because Kenya Moore probably had already spent that money. She was waiting on them couple $100,000 for filming this show, and it's gone. Like, Kenya Moore already spent, like, we dealing with inflation and everything else, too. Kenya Moore needed that money, and now it's gone. Now she was getting on there panicking and stuff like, girl, you better sell some more hair care products. Now you really need to be making sure that you out here getting them folks in there washing their hair all the way out in Boone, Georgia, wherever this salon is at. Like, girl, you better get on Instagram and promote some stuff. You have been let go. You've been fired. Like, let's just say the quiet part aloud. Kenya Moore has been fired from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Bravo. They have fired her. It's okay to say that. It's okay. Kenya Moore is fired. Like, the girls is tiptoeing around this, and I'm like, girl, Kenya Moore is fired. Y'all friend, y'all bestie, y'all, Kenya Moore hair care, she has been fired. And I don't feel bad. Like, this was the same person who was walking in on Marlo when she was doing her whole event. Like, girl, like, Kenya Moore, girl, I don't have no tears to cry. Ariana Grande, no tears left to cry. We don't have anything to offer you, girl. Pick up your boots. Do what you got to do. Promote your hair care stuff. Do that. You're a hardworking businesswoman. You're not going anywhere. Prove it to us. Prove it to us that you are better than reality TV. And y'all can't. Y'all can't because y'all need this money. Y'all need this promotion. And Bravo knows that. That's why they gave y'all the boot. Because y'all need them. They don't need you. And they let y'all know that. That's why they've been cutting y'all checks every year. Like, every year, y'all checks have gotten smaller. Every year. So I don't know what Bravo is going to do now. Somebody had joked and said that Bravo going to tap Sheree. Somebody said they're going to tap Sheree. Somebody said Phaedra needs to come back. Girls is now trying to shade Portia and say that Portia not going to be able to hold it together and all that about herself. I don't know. We'll see. Like, whenever this season drops, maybe it'll be the first week of November. Who knows? But, girl, Kenya Moore is fired. Like, we already knew that. I told y'all earlier this week that Kenya Moore was, like, probably more than likely not coming back. And, girl, we've been tiptoeing around it. Kenya Moore is gone. What's interesting now, I'm thinking about it, I wonder will Kenya Moore not be able to come to any other thing like the trips and any other stuff that Bravo and NBC is working on. I wonder how that works. I'm very curious about how that works with her being on any other show. Because don't she supposed to be on Traders the next season or whatever? I don't know. I wonder how this situation affects her with other networks and stuff. It does not look good for her. So, girl, whatever, whoever she praying to, she better get down and send some prayers up because she better get them on the hotline because it's not looking cute, girl, because it's already expensive to live right now. It's like, girl, and I can't imagine being cut out a couple of $100,000 out of nowhere. Woo, sucks. But that's all I got. Tell me what y'all think about Kenya Moore being fired on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let me know in the comments, and I'll talk y'all later. Bye.